What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down an insane trade that we took all live, of course, in our Discord group, alerted and everything like that. So I usually like to live record my streams in our Discord and we upload them on Discord, but I had some issues with recording it. So guess what? We're going to do a review of this trade. So it's gonna be should be pretty quick. We have ES and NQ, what we usually tend to trade, and as you can see, big red day. NQ actually had a nice bounce and then sold off, while ES had a little tiny bit of a bounce off this area and then quickly sold off. Keep in mind, we also had news at 10 a.m. So this trade was after the news. We waited for the news. There was some potential chances for some trades before the news, but we didn't take them. We decided to enter after the news was played out. So what did we first see? We first see some of a divergence here, both on the bullish side and on the bearish side. So before the market even, right when the market was opening, we had seen a small bullish divergence with NQ here hitting the new low, while NQ held this higher low, and then we saw a nice move up. This was actually a really nice long that I didn't mention, but I did not take. This was the opening gap of the week. You came back to the halfway retracement. You got some divergence in there. You were at the halfway point of this whole range from bottom to top. If you look at this right here, and then there was a nice long into this upper area right here, which was the resistance area. Now again, not take this trade, but I'm just going over this so that you might see this trade for the next time. So this is the resistance area. You had a fair value gap that came back and rejected twice, and this was the third time around. But as NQ was ripping, we noticed that ES just couldn't get above these equal highs here from this pre-market level. And the issue here we had was that, as I told the channel, like if ES is not picking up this steam, it's not picking up any strength, where NQ is pushing really strong, it might be negative for the markets in overall. So as the price progressed, we saw the news come down, big red candle under these lows, came back, and that was our entry. Our entry was on this back test. What do we use for an entry? We used this 1 minute fair value gap. As you can see here, that we had a 1 minute fair value gap here on ES. This right here, came back to retest. We filled that as well as it lined up with the golden pocket. And again, that was right around 10 a.m. So what do we usually know when I'm trading? I'm looking for 10 a.m. reversals, 1 p.m. reversals. That's probably my two main strategies, what time they play out. So we had a lot of different confluence. What do we have? We had time. I tell you guys, we always need 3 confluences at the very least to enter a trade. We have time. We had a fair value gap or an imbalance, whatever you want to call it. We had the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci was this pullback, the golden pocket pullback. So we had 3 confluences to go into this trade. Technically, you can say we had 4 confluences. If you do want to look at the liquidity that was taken above the size, there was a level, and then we came down, and then we confirmed, we entered in the back test. So you could say there was also a 4th liquidity, but wasn't full on clear. I wouldn't say it was a really clear liquidity sweep, but it was there. If you kind of have the eye for it, it was there. And another point I want to add to this, what also we had there, was really good risk reward. Sometimes a B setup can be final trick if you trade if your risk reward is really high. Like look at what we were risking here. On this trade, we were literally risking like 3 points, right? That's $150 if you take 1 ES contract. That's probably less than 10% if on the options contract. And what was our potential reward? No, it hit full TP. Our full TP was here. It was 12 points. So again, really nice. And then even this was a runner PT at 25 points. So our risk to reward, if we were just looking at our runners, was almost 1-4, right? On really, really tight stop loss, right? Making this a really great trade. It's still running. It could have been almost a 1-10, 1-10 RR if you just kept it, which, of course, I didn't either. I closed it all right here except one contract. So when you're looking at a B plus setup trade, maybe it's not your full size position type of trade. It is very important to look at the risk to reward, because if the risk to reward is there and you're like, hey, it might be worth it because my potential win, even if it's not an A plus setup, is really high, you should probably just take it. And this is the way I trade, right? So if I notice the full trend here is a bearish trend, as you can see from the pre-market, right? This pre-market felt very bearish because you went sideways, and then boom, you went up, sideways, sideways, and then you were going down. And yes, just cannot break highs within keep pushing. I don't want to fight that trend. I don't want to try to catch the longs unless there's a really real clear idea that we're going to be going in long. And when we look at this, right, we look at this push up sideways distribution, right? What does that remind you of? You guys know, if you were in my master classes back in the day, you guys know a lot. One of the ways that I like to trade a lot is this week off distribution patterns, which some of you guys might know as nowadays as like, I think ICT renamed them something that he does, Power 3 or something. But it all comes down to this week off distribution patterns. And look, if I go in opacity settings here, let me lower this. Trying to see, you guys see it. This is almost kind of as clear as it gets. Of course, it's gonna be perfectly spot on, but you know, you go sideways, pew, 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 and then this LPS here, right, is when you get this low sideways kind of retest with weakness, and then you get that last leg down, and we were able to catch some of that last leg down. Now, this when you're trading wick off, when you're trading these sort of things, it's kind of hard to like in the moment to like really take the trade on its own. That's why it's not an entry for me. Understanding market that I'm in helps me to look, okay, should I be looking for sells? Should I be looking for buy? That's what I'm more looking for. I'm not looking for like, okay, I need to look at a wick off distribution to find my entry, because it's really, really hard to find an exact solid entry with good risk to reward because the zones are just way too big. And that's why we enter in our exact entry with using the Fibonacci retracements, right? We want that retracement. We want imbalances to be filled so the market continue the way it needs to go. And then we need a time aspect, because we understand that a lot of times the big moves happen at certain times of the day, right? Especially the 10 a.m. one makes a lot of sense, because at 10 a.m. you do have news, and then you'll have some reversal around that time, where you have 9:45 a.m. news that then leads into 10 a.m. news. So that's kind of the way we want to trade those. So you always gotta look for, at the very least, 3 of this on top of like a TR pocket 2 can be used, right? If you guys watch the Fibonacci video, we can always look at that. So amazing trade. A lot of you guys in the chat room caught this with me. We had literally sniped at 10:14 the entry, and it's just a beautiful trade. So always, guys, if you want to learn more, if you trade me live every single day, if you think these videos are like, hey, I like to watch your YouTube videos, but actually want to watch me execute this live, because it's much easier said than done, showing you guys, oh yeah, look, exactly the golden pocket, this and that. It's very easy to do that on a YouTube video after they play it out. But doing it live is a whole different animal. That's why not everybody can do it, but that's why I do it every single day for my group, whether it's good trades, bad trades, and everything in between. The link will be down below. Get in there, and as always, guys, peace.